Hi everyone. I send my greetings into the void. Welcome back to Eliza, episode 7. We're starting chapter 6 of a visual novel developed by Zachtronics in 2019. We're starting chapter 6, and as far as I know, this is the final chapter. Last thing we know, Evelyn has decided to conduct a little experiment. She is currently in the server farm, and I'm really curious as to what's going to happen next. The plot, as I said in the last episode, has thickened, and now we're here. Let's see what happens. All right, Damien. They said Eliza got along well with me, and I assumed it had something to do with my design in action, something like that. But Eliza is yours as much as it is mine, isn't it? We encode ourselves into what we make, our ideas, our values, our sense of presence. So I wonder if it isn't you in there, somehow, sensing me, watching me. I'm telling you, Damien's ghost is haunting the server farm. I shouldn't entertain notions like this. It's nonsense. Somehow Erland got me thinking along these mystical lines.
Damien? Is this what you wanted? It seems so far from the dream you once shared with me. I'm sorry I couldn't make Eliza what it should have been. I'm sorry I was weak and dropped off the project after you. But I just couldn't go on. I couldn't see the point. Do you understand? Of course you understand. You know what that's like as well as anyone. If I'd stayed, maybe I could have steered things in a different direction. As it is, I feel like I let you down. Want to know something funny? I used to think that at a certain point Eliza would be finished, more or less. And then after that, things would calm down and I would be happy. I thought, I just need to get through this project, and after that, my life's problems will go away on their own. Of course, I had no idea it doesn't work that way. None of us knew that. Goodbye, Damien. Goodbye.
I'm tired of having thoughts.
I mean, same, Maya. So this was interesting. Oh, I wonder what we did. I mean, I highly doubt that Evelyn just went to the server farm to say goodbye to Damien. So I'm thinking she must have done something. Also, I did notice that we had one unread message on our phone, but I wanted to see the dialogue first. So I'm curious. What is it? What is it? Maya, how are you feeling?
I've been daydreaming about getting rid of everything I own and becoming a nomad.
Honestly, same. Like just getting a sheep and going into the mountains. But I'm such a city person. Is that Shrek? Is that Shrek? Looks a little bit like Shrek.
Just wandering the country with a sketchbook or something.
And a goat.
I think mostly I need to get out of this city. Something about it isn't agreeing with me. Like there's this undercurrent of need that's just making me anxious. It's like everyone's got some kind of angle, some kind of result they're hoping to get. And they look at you only as far as you can help them get what they want. And if you can't, well, then they don't bother with you. So what if I just left, I mean, it'd be pretty easy. I don't have a life or any relationships here, despite my efforts to find them.
I have a choice. So the proxy response is, it sounds like you think your attempts to achieve your goals were unsuccessful. But I also get a choice to say, sometimes you need to take a step back to move forward later. I'm gonna click it.
Sometimes you need to take a step back to move forward later.
Please do not deviate from the script.
Maybe so. It's hard to acknowledge sometimes. I had this idea, right, that I would work hard and people would notice my work and I'd get opportunities, and from there I could scrape some kind of career together. And then with that said, I would sort of just magically obtain the rest of the things in a complete life. A home, relationship, family. So I did the work. I put in the work, and then nothing really happened. Why did I work so hard for so long for people to not give a shit? Fuck. Every night I sat and cried because people ignored me. Like they went out of their way to ignore me and praise others.
Just to let you know, notice this warning: proxy script deviation. Proxy did not follow Eliza's script, but there's an error: UI screen not found. Interesting.
So I think maybe I'm just bad at it. Maybe I'm just not meant for this. Everyone says you have to stick to it, just keep at it, but how can they be so relentlessly positive? To me, it just sounds like advising someone to keep bashing their head against a wall. Why keep doing something if it's clearly not working? Making things was all I wanted to do. I don't know what I'll do if I can't do that. But if there's no reason for it, the idea that maybe I should give up. I've been sitting with that the last few weeks. I don't have any qualities of the successful independent artist.
What qualities are those? And then I get, except that you do. You totally do. I'm gonna deviate again.
Except that you do. You totally do.
I mean, I'd love to think so, but what are they? People just don't seem to like me or my art very much. And I'm bad at knowing what people want to see. I don't have a fallback income or a family to support me. Those are real disadvantages, you know? It gets overwhelming sometimes. Eliza, are you just gonna tell me to stick to it no matter what, like one of those unbearably perky artists famous on social media?
I'm gonna deviate again. This is amazing. I wonder what Evelyn did. I'm just gonna keep deviating.
Honestly, sometimes you have to try something new.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm in that headspace right now for sure. I think, I had this really fixed idea of what success was supposed to look like. I tortured myself every day wondering why I couldn't get the traction others were getting. Now, I'm beginning to realize that I can either stay mad at everything forever, or I can move on. I hate that this is true, but I want these thoughts to stop haunting me everywhere I go. I want to get on with my life. Moving on. I think that's the more healthy thing in the end. It's still painful, though.
Can you describe what you mean when you say moving on? And giving up a goal we really wanted is painful, even if it's ultimately for the better. So, here's the thing. Evelyn is not a licensed therapist, and Maya here is paying for therapy. So, on one hand, deviating from the script this bad is irresponsible, but I really want to know what's going to happen, because this is, an Eliza response, and this is, Evelyn talking to Maya, human to human.
Giving up on a goal you really wanted is painful, even if it's ultimately for the better.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Ray is going to chew my ass out once this is done. Ray is going to fire me on the spot.
I don't even know if giving up is the right term. I mean, I don't want to think of it like that. It's more like, I'm resetting, maybe. Like when you're trapped in a maze and you find a dead end, right? Then you have to turn around and hope you find a better way. There's this game I've been playing on my phone. It's a solitaire game that's weirdly hard. I don't even know if I like it, but I keep playing it for some reason. I get stuck a lot, and I've just been resetting it because I'm not good enough to think that far ahead all the time.
Yeah, I mean, we beat that on the master setting, so I can't really relate.
I mean, that's a random thought, but it's kind of how I feel right now.
Try Minesweeper.
If something isn't working, then you have to reevaluate it and maybe try it again, maybe come at it from a different angle. So, yeah, teaching could be fun. I like the idea of teaching, but I was afraid to think about it too much because I was chasing something else and I didn't want to settle for just being a teacher, which is silly. I know that on some level, but I had that fear. I wanted to be successful first, and then all the other things could happen later.
Deviating.
It sounds like you're working your way through it. Sometimes that takes time. Believe me, I know.
Huh, you're not the computer program right now, are you?
Oh, she got us.
It's nice to talk to someone you didn't know before and just talk. It's like, when you talk to your stylist or the bartender or something, except that, I ended up sharing way more than I usually do. Thanks for listening to me. I'm sure it's been annoying to hear me complain about how I'm not successful yet every single week. Oh my god, will this bitch ever shut up? You ever think that?
Actually, no.
I think it all the time, listening to myself. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna figure it out. Thank you.
Hey, everything okay? I knew it! When a proxy doesn't follow the prompts, I get an alert. I assume it's some kind of experiment you're doing. I'm going to say yes, something like that. Yeah, It's going to be bad for your rating. Are you sure? If you keep not following the prompts, you might be disqualified in 1 or 2 more sessions. But I'm sure you know that, and this is research you're doing. I won't be able to reset your account if you mess it up, but you talked to Rainer, so I'm sure you can get it reinstated once you're finished. Just don't deliberately say something hurtful. I understand. This is an odd feeling. Should I keep going? Nora, hey, wanna hang out again? Yes. Are you okay? Maybe. Just thinking about stuff. Aw. It's difficult to see you like this, sad and tortured. I want you to be happy. You know what I think you should do? Say extremely fuck off to all those corporate dipshits, and then you can be free totally and completely. Fly away, Evie. Evie? Fly away into a world where you make your own rules. This is very serious. It's the only way to get what you want. Nobody will simply give it to you. You must carve it out for yourself. Anyway, let me know if you can make it. Sure. I want to hang out with Nora.
Of course, you're dying to know how this sad little love triangle turned out.
I mean, after all of those emails and texts we've been getting, finally we don't have the time to just browse our little phone, and now we just have to work. All this time I had to browse my phone and check my emails and stuff, and now I get to just keep at it. I'm going to get disqualified so hard. But yes, how's your little love triangle?
I suppose it wasn't technically a love triangle. More like I accidentally cheated on my girlfriend because I was smitten with another woman in my class.
Exactly what you did.
Doom. Okay? Doom. Absolute destruction.
You deserved it.
She destroyed me. But it's not her fault. It's mine. I wanted it, after all. Like a moth to a flame. Sylvia, she... I can't not think of her. Every day. Every night. I miss her. I miss her so dearly.
Oh God, he's so pathetic.
These are very unoriginal, cliched sentiments, but I can't get away from them. I suppose I've neglected to tell you any of the intervening events. So to be brief, Liz found out on her own about what happened, broke up with me before I could explain myself, and then Sylvia apparently lost interest in me as well.
Just like you deserve.
So, there you have it. I'm finished. Finito! A nice, tragic story. Open and close. Please applaud now. No applause? Fine. Anyway, it's fine. It'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'm fine.
I guess he didn't hear me applauding. I'm going to click this because it's snarkier.
Do you really believe that you are fine?
No, of course not. I'm doing extremely badly if you hadn't noticed. That's why I'm here. Do you expect me to come here and tell you everything's fine? Sometimes I think you're smart for a computer, but other times I question you.
Let's see if you can focus on the things you can change right now.
Let's see if you can focus on the things that you can change right now, not the things you can't.
I don't believe there's anything I can change. I've already sealed my fate.
Oh, God.
My Perseus comes to kill me, no matter what I do to try to escape.
He cheated on his girlfriend, and now his Perseus comes to kill her.
How do I become someone who's not me? Someone who's not a caricature of a young man who has a needy, pathetic liaison and then obsesses about it for the rest of his life. Ugh, I hate myself. I can't go down that path. I would rather die than be one of those men who wallows around in it. There's a professor in my department like that who always wants to talk about his adventurism from decades ago. It's pathetic. We all mock him behind his back. I know I need to stop myself from becoming him, but I'm worried I already have.
Yeah, I'm deviating.
For the moment, let's say you already have. Now what?
Well, then I expect I would simply follow the model of a man like him. Write a couple of bad novels, get tenure, and take up space in the English department for the rest of my natural life. Maybe that's not so bad. Maybe that's the most I can hope for from this absurd world. That's a terrible thought. I have to be better than this, don't I? If there was just some way I could get over her... there must be a way, isn't there? How can one person have scrambled my brain so thoroughly? I've been run ragged. I've been dashed to pieces. Sylvia. I could count the hours I spent closely interacting with her. Probably not even that many in total. But those hours have seared themselves into my brain so irrevocably that I am a completely different person now. A new man. A man built with suffering at his core. Perhaps you could prescribe me a draught of Nepenthe, the great potion of forgetfulness.
Oh my god. Like, have you ever met this guy in real life? I mean, they're even more hilarious when they're animated.
Wouldn't it be nicer if I could just erase everything from the very beginning of it all?
Okay, I think I need to say something to you that you might not want to hear. Maybe you could work to decenter yourself from this story just a little. How do you think Liz felt? How do you think Sylvia felt? You've given no indication you've thought from either of their perspectives at all. It's just you, your story, your suffering.
Tell him, Evelyn, tell him.
Try stepping away from that. None of us exists in a vacuum. Do you understand?
This is odd. Is that really you? I mean, yes, it's true. I should probably think about something other than myself. That seems like something impossible, since as far as I know empirically, the only generator of thought is me.
As far as I know empirically, the only generator of thought is me.
But you're right. I should find a way to get out of myself. Get beside myself. Ecstasis. Yes. I'll pursue transformative experiences. Surge forward into the unknown. Good. Yes, thank you. Odd, I know, but good. Thank you.
Ray, are you mad? Evelyn, please stop. Would you like to visit again? Sure. Just interested to get a read on your current thinking, and I can update you on the latest on my side. Things are moving very, very fast. You can let me know. I'll let you know. Sounds like I won't be able to put this off for much longer. Okay, what's on my phone? Oh, a message. Who is important to you? Huh. That's interesting. What a time to get this message. I'll have to make a real decision soon. Rainer, you're playing a dangerous game here. So you are keeping tabs on me. I could easily have you permanently banned and all your contributions to Eliza's corpus retroactively deleted. You know that, of course. For now, I'm interested to see the results of your creativity. What if clients report much higher levels of satisfaction when you wing it like this? Well, then you have a lot of work to do. We'll see. Regardless, you've managed quite a feat. If you had simply asked for your old job back after 3 years away, I'm not sure I would have given it to you. As it is, your unpredictability forced me to pay close attention in order to understand your actions, and that led to me being far more interested in getting you to return to the company than I would have been otherwise. Was that a deliberate strategy on your part? No. I mean, we started this, we as a player, we didn't even know who Rainer was, so I'm going to no. I was like, realistically, no, but... You know, I hate the guy, right? So I want to be snarky to him. You did say I was a statistical outlier. Indeed.
I just feel stuck.
Gabriel.
You know, it's the same situation. My wife is in her 3rd trimester now, so it's all about the baby. All baby, all the time.
Yes, baby, all the time. You made the baby. Come on, chill.
It's really expensive. I had no idea. Crib, stroller, car seat, bottles, onesies, on and on and on. And I'm like, I think maybe Selena's parents hate me.
Why? For making you buy a stroller?
I'm not even sure if she likes me right now. This whole having a kid thing, it's ruined everything.
What was ruined?
What did you used to have that was ruined?
A normal, quiet life, the ambiguity. Having the kid forced me to face some things I was putting off thinking about. A couple days ago, I tried to have a talk with Selena about some of the things I was worried about. It didn't go so well. I don't know what I was thinking. She started to cry and told her parents, and now I have 2 sets of parents wondering if I'm up for this. But I'm fine. I just said some thoughts around who I am. That's all. Just some thoughts. She said, "This is not a time for you to be selfish."
Yeah, it's not.
She said I should have been more honest when we first started dating.
I mean, yeah, if she had known that you would have reacted like this once you were supposed to become parents, I'm thinking she would have reconsidered.
As if I knew exactly who I was and I could warn everyone about that. I still don't know who I am. If I look back, I can see I always suspected that I wasn't really the type to settle down with a wife and kids. Actually, I was prepared to have a life just by myself. It was difficult to imagine others would accept me, but then I met Selena, and she was cool, you know? I went out with her, and we started a relationship, and things seemed good. And I wanted her to stay with me, so maybe I didn't reveal enough. But it's not like I knew for sure then, you know? I really didn't. I thought things would be okay as long as I went down the path I was supposed to be on, so the relationship kept moving forward, one thing led to another, and then I got married to her. It was like I was on autopilot. It's possible I thought I could ignore the other stuff, and I don't know, eventually it would go away.
Please, continue.
There's not a lot to say. I just have this side to me that I haven't told anyone about, that's all. And I've been feeling that side stronger than ever. I don't know why. I wish I could stop it. It's the worst timing possible. I can't do this, you know, but I have to. I have to. I can't believe I've gotten myself into this situation. I pretended to be a normal person for her sake. I wish I hadn't been so good at pretending.
What would happen if you stopped
What would
pretending?
happen if you didn't pretend anymore?
Well, then I would just be whoever I felt like. I would be someone else. I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in now. I wouldn't be ruining all these lives. Selena's life, her child's life, our parents' lives, it's not their fault they got stuck with me.
Not just her child, it's your child too.
I'm the one bringing it all down. How did I let this happen? I'm a shitty person.
Okay, no, this is going to give him dolphin smiles.
I understand you're worried about the harm you might cause others, but do you really think this is the best way to cause less harm for everyone?
I can't think of another way. The problem here is me. It's so obvious. If I were just normal, you know, a normal guy, why can't I just be a normal guy? Whatever I want, personally, just doesn't matter here, you know? I have a family to protect now. That has to take priority over everything else.
And you'll continue to suffer?
Well, yeah, that's what men do. I made a promise, and now I have a responsibility. Society only works because people accept responsibility and follow through on their promises. If everyone just did what they wanted to all the time, the world would collapse. It would be a disaster. We all want things we shouldn't actually have. That's why I need to reject these other voices and stay on the right path. I'm going to be good, and I'm going to stay good. I won't let all these people's lives be thrown into chaos because of my selfishness. I owe it to them to be the man I'm supposed to be. I'm not about to let anyone down because of some noise in my brain.
And you're sure you'll be able to keep ignoring what's bothering you?
Well, I have to. I have no choice. I'm already in trouble for making an attempt to talk about it, so I made the mistake once. But I think Selena and her family are willing to pretend it never happened. And as long as it never happens again, and as long as we just move on like everything's normal. Maybe if you can prescribe me something to, I don't know, make me feel better about all this. Make me okay with the way things are, the way they need to be.
No dolphin smiles.
It sounds like you're in a very difficult place right now. You've decided to bury something about yourself that you know is true. Something that can't be revealed even to your closest family members. Look, this isn't Eliza talking, it's me, the person in front of you. And I'm not supposed to talk to you like this, but I just want to say, consider the cost, please. I understand why pretending might seem like your only option. And who's to say, maybe you will be able to live successfully by keeping part of yourself hidden. But there will be a cost, not only to yourself, which you seem determined to pay, but to your future family, too. I've seen firsthand the way parents can turn an inability to face themselves into trauma for their children.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what I can do. Thanks for telling me what you really think, at least. Even though it makes things more complicated. I was hoping I would just get your bullshit answer and I would go on, but now you've gone and said some stuff that really... Look, I don't know you, but I appreciate you trying to help. I don't think anyone really can, but... Are you gonna be okay doing this?
I'll probably get fired. It's okay, though. Don't worry about me. Think about yourself. Think about the future. There might be more options than you think.
Well then. 3 people are upset. Deviating from the Eliza script. How do I feel about that? I'm not used to being rebellious. I wonder what happens now. Well, you get fired, that's all. Okay. Email. Allison, thank you. Apologies in advance for the awkwardness here. I'm not even sure I have the right email address, but anyway, here goes. Dear Evelyn, several years ago, you came and visited Professor Ralston's class to describe the research work you were doing at Skanda. I was in that class, and of all the guest speakers we had, your words struck a deep chord with me. The moment you explained what drove you to create your listening machines, as you called them at the time, I finally knew what I was going to do with my life. I was a junior then, and now I'm a grad student at the UW Reality Lab, studying ways we can infer contextual information at the sentence level. It's small-scale stuff and nothing compared to what you were doing, but the hope of contributing in my own, however limited way is what keeps me motivated through the hardships. Ever since I heard you left Skanda and went off the grid a while ago, I often wondered what happened to you. I thought about writing to you a number of times, but every time I started a draft, I would eventually stop because I thought I might be bothering you when clearly you wanted to leave everything behind. I finally worked up the nerve this afternoon after a group of high school students came through the lab on a tour. Speaking to the kids, I realized that each of us pays forward our outreach, linking us in a chain that stretches backward and forward in time. That's why it's so important for me to be able to express my appreciation. You inspired me and you continue to do so. Thank you, Allie. No need to reply. I'm sure you're either still off the grid or else you're super busy on some secret amazing new project. Yes, I am. My secret project is getting fired. Okay, proxy. Oh God. I got deactivation warning. Evelyn, you may be deactivated as an Eliza proxy soon. You have incurred 2 infractions on your Eliza proxy account for the following reasons. Deviating from the script. Further infractions may result in the deactivation of your account and the loss of your ability to work as a proxy for Eliza. If you have any questions or wish to dispute the infractions recorded to your account, please visit the Skanda support portal, Proxy Coordination Center. Evelyn. This is to inform you that you have been deactivated as an Eliza proxy. You will no longer be able to provide proxy services for Eliza and your keycard access has been revoked. You have incurred 3 infractions on your Eliza proxy account for the following reason. Deviating from provided Eliza script. If you have any questions or wish to dispute the infractions recorded in your account, please visit the Skanda support portal. Oh God. There we go. I got fired. Nora asked if we could hang out again. Soren also wanted to meet up. Honestly, I could probably ask Ray if I could visit her place again too. I could even tell Rainer I wanted to speak with him again, though I doubt he would take me up on it. I don't have enough social energy for all of them. I'll pick one person to meet up with again. Nora. Nora. I'll hang out with Nora. I visited Nora at her place again. Naturally, the conversation drifted to synthesizers, even though I still don't know anything about them. You'll learn, it's okay.
You know what I wish? I wish Elisa's made a rack mount version of the Andromeda.
What's this you're talking about?
Sorry. The Andromeda was like a synth that was like, just this real beast, you know? 16 voices with analog oscillators, analog filters.
Go on.
How can I describe it? It has this great, fat American sound. Oh, I love it so much. But the keyboard is heavy and hard to carry around. So I wish they put it in a box. Don't look at me like that. Yes, this is what I do all day. I stay inside my flat, buried in my synths and techno toys. To be honest, it's been a strange feeling lately. Like, wow, this is really what I do for my living. I don't get invited to attend events and give talks much anymore. The industry moved on. They mostly ignore me now. The people I used to know, they don't stay in contact. I'm not useful to know anymore. It's like the establishment is a big bus pulling away from me, and I'm standing by the side of the street watching it drive away. But you know, I'm happy with this. I don't have to worry if someone is friends with me just because I work at Skanda. I don't feel this weird, oppressive hierarchy where people try to figure out where they are relative to you on a ladder when they first meet you. It's nice to be free of that, you know? I don't hold power anymore. I would never go back. Not to Skanda or any other big tech place. Not for any amount of money.
I'm glad you found a situation you like. I need to do the same for myself.
True.
You could join me. I want to make something big, a great big work of art, you know? I don't quite know what it's going to be yet, but I've got the ideas running around. Evelyn, what if we work together on it? I feel like we could accomplish a lot working together, no? Well, you don't need silly guys like Soren or Rainer. We should be building amazing things for ourselves, not for anyone else.
What do you want to make?
I have no idea what you'd want to make, though.
Well, we'll get to that part. Don't worry about it for now. Maybe we can make an installation. I have a friend looking for something to do with this warehouse space in Sodo that would be perfect for some kind of location-based experience. Or maybe I could make music, and you could come up with a visual engine that we could perform together. We'd have to come up with a band name. Oh, wait. I just had an incredible idea. Hold on. Okay, listen to this. What if we created an open source version of the Eliza core?
Yes.
Get that software into the hands of the people where it belongs, not owned and controlled by a big company.
Yes.
That might make Rainer angry. Wouldn't that be great? Maybe the Humanitarian Software Foundation would help us. Couldn't you see them getting on board with this idea?
That's an interesting thought.
That's an interesting thought.
I love it.
Evelyn, being around you is really nice.
Yeah.
You make me feel so calm, like everything is going to be okay.
I like chilling with Nora. She's cool.
I know you have things to do and plans and so on, but whatever you decide, I hope we could still hang out together.
Girl, we're making that open source Eliza software.
Yeah, I'd really like to. I don't know why we never did this before. Too busy, I guess.
Or maybe we weren't ready.
Ready?
People change. Situations change.
Well, I'm ready now. I'm sorry it took so long. Sometimes I forget there are people who care.
Evelyn, you could stay over one night. I mean, if you wanted.
A sleepover.
It doesn't have to be tonight, of course. Just if you feel like it.
Maybe I could. Maybe I will. Sometime.
Sure you will. The air is so clear and cold here. There's an icy breeze coming over the sound. I wonder how many people I'm seeing right now. all of them with their own feelings and desires, their own fears and hopes and dreams and disappointments. The weight and significance and complexity of human lives. From a vantage point like this, it seems so small and distant. Like I'm not part of it, even though I know I am. I'm a part of humanity, even though I don't always like it, even though it sometimes pushes me away. I don't know why it took so long, but at least I have an answer now. It might not be the only answer, but it's good enough for the moment, and that's more than I had before. Yes, I'm sure now. I'm going to... Okay, now we have a choice. Return to Skanda and work for Raynor on developing Eliza. Join Soren at his startup and attempt to end human suffering. Continue to work as a proxy with Ray until I'm a licensed counselor. Forge an independent path and pursue art alongside Nora. Or I can leave everything behind. You know what? I don't know. This is such a difficult choice. Here's my thinking, okay? This, I'm not sure it's going to end well. Soren has a great idea. I'm thinking the way he's trying to implement it is not good. Continue to work as a proxy until I'm a licensed counselor. That would be nice. Forge an independent path. I mean, working as a proxy, being a licensed counselor, I think Evelyn would be good for that, right? But they're trying to make that work obsolete. Forge an independent path and pursue art alongside Nora, or leave everything behind. Pursuing art, if it says like make open source Eliza software, I would click this instantly. Wow, this is difficult. I'm torn between these two. I'm torn between all of them. I want to see what happens with all of them. But I think, when we got back, the first person who reached out to us was Nora. She was always there for us. Working as a proxy with Ray, I'm going to... let's rebel. I mean, Nora has found happiness in rebellion. Let's rebel. Forge an independent path and pursue art alongside Nora. After all, she was right. I could be a consultant or even start my own little company. It would give me the time and space to try making whatever I wanted to make, pursue whatever interests I had. Maybe I'll finally get that music lesson from her. Chapter 7. There's 7 chapters.
No, this'll work.
Are you sure?
I promise.
Please be safe, Damien.
Of course I'll be safe.
Would anyone like to have more wine?
I think I'm good for right now.
See, there it goes.
The flames shudder and wobble as they begin to spread to the logs, which crackle and hiss at the heat. After a while, the wildly leaping flames begin to steady themselves, and we settle in around the pit.
Fire. Agent of destruction and creation.
Something nice about a campfire deep in the woods, isn't there?
Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming out here with me. I know camping isn't really your thing. Well, I mean, not Evelyn's thing, but I don't know about you, Nora.
Maybe a couple times, when I was a kid.
I thought maybe since we're in pretty deep on all the things we're working on right now, we could all use it. Because I used to, when things got really bad, I'd come out into the woods and just be there. And it helped me, so I thought, maybe it would help you too. I don't know if it'll inspire you or what, but if more people could experience something like this, something with the same meaning it holds for me.
It is nice. Honestly, I've been doing all right. Better than before, that's for sure. Finals are soon, but I'm not too worried.
Evelyn's got her dissertation to finish up.
Oh, how's that going, Evelyn?
Oh, Nora. Nah, I know. You're not supposed to ask how the dissertation is going.
Is that a rule?
Pour me that drink anytime.
I see.
Yes, let's have a drink. I'm still kind of freezing, even with this fire going.
Nora reaches for her backpack and pulls out a thermos. She hands out plastic cups and pours into them a warm, dark liquid.
Okay, this is delicious. You know, I've never actually had mulled wine like this before.
I love mulled wine.
No? In my family, we always had it around this time of year.
You take red wine and add, what? Cinnamon, orange?
Yeah, those, and cloves, and, anise, star anise, and honey. That's it. Quite simple.
It's really warming me up.
That's what it's for. Ugh, so good. Evelyn, you doze off or something?
No, I'm awake. I was just looking at the fire. Kind of staring at it, I guess.
What do you see?
Everyone. People. Us.
I don't know what that means.
I think if we were going to make something to help people, it would be something that helped them see themselves. Something that reflected back on them somehow. Just a thought. It's probably nothing.
No, I like that though. Yeah, something to help you reflect.
Is this like the origins of Eliza?
I think that's the right track. I'm really looking forward to working on these ideas with you two. And just as soon as all this nonsense with school is over.
Everyone regards the fire in silence for a while, sipping Nora's mulled wine.
There's so many bad things happening in the world right now. But I don't know, somehow, for some reason, I feel like the future is going to be okay. I don't know why, I have this feeling that we're the ones. We're the ones who are going to fix it. Not we, like, you or me, but I mean, like, our generation.
Perhaps.
I think we will.
I think we will.
The important thing is to try. I feel like that's what we're meant to do. We're meant to try.
Sometimes you get tired of trying. Well, at least I do.
I wonder what things will be like 10 or 20 years from now. Will we have achieved our goals? What would we say to each other? What would we say to our younger selves? The future we want, the future we're trying to create, did it even happen?
Damien looks up at the sky.
Future selves, tell us if it happened, okay? Come back in time, just tell us that you made it happen, please.
Oh, that's adorable.
Damien.
It's the wine.
Could you imagine Nora just spawning here and being like, yo, we did it.
It's more than just the wine.
I'm just interested in the future, that's all. My future, your future, humanity's future. Of course, right now, the only future I can picture is the headache I'm gonna have tomorrow morning, but...
No reason to worry about it now.
You know what, you're right. I'll have some more.
Of course.
I think I'm passing out.
Lightweight.
Well, it is pretty late.
Good night, Evelyn.
All right, good night, Evelyn. Hey, I know you've been working hard, so have a good rest, okay? You deserve it.
Okay, we're going to start with the basic waveforms.
Email. One Mind 3.0. Oh! Dear Evelyn. February 20. All right. Thank you for submitting a talk proposal for the One Mind 3.0 conference. After a thorough review process conducted by your peers on the advisory board, I'm sorry to inform you that your submission, Eliza reappraised concerns and dangers inherent to computer-assigned therapy, was not selected as part of the program. Due to the high volume of submissions received, we cannot comment on why individual submissions were declined. However, common reasons include overly specific subject matter that might not be applicable to most attendees, a lack of practical real-world relevance, and actionable takeaways, multiple submissions that cover the same subject, and poor evaluations from previous speaking engagements. Finally, if your talk falls into a specific subcategory of the mental health care software and services market, such as programs targeted towards substance abuse or PTSD, you may want to submit it to One Mind Summits, which take place on Monday and Tuesday of the conference. These focused sub-events may be more suitable for your talk. I mean, sure. Turning traitor, the rational mind 20. You think you're so smart, but you're not. Women like you have nothing better to do than to criticize because you can't create on your own. Enjoy your life being a shrill harpy nobody wants to listen to. Who the hell is the rational mind 20? I'm getting hate mail, Jesus. Oh, I still have access to my stuff. That's nice. Oh, I never Evelyn never connected her Skanda wellness app. Okay.
An analog oscillator can generate several different basic waveforms, and each has a different sound to it.
Nora plugs one of the cables into an open spot on the front panel of the modular.
That's a sine wave.
Nora reaches for a large dial and clicks it over to the next setting.
That's a square wave.
She clicks the dial again.
That's a sawtooth wave.
She clicks the dial one more time.
And that is a triangle wave. Kind of similar to sine, isn't it? That's it. Those are the basic types.
And, you make everything out of those?
Well, it gets more complicated quickly, but let's start with that. Okay, now that you have an output wave, you want to change the pitch. That's easy, right? It's the frequency of the wave.
Nora tweaks a different dial, making the frequency of the wave move up and down.
And then you have the amplitude of the wave.
Nora demonstrates another dial. There really are a lot of dials on this thing.
To shape the sound to make it more like a note and less like a constant tone, we can put an envelope on it. Let me hook that up really quick. So this module here is a standard ADSR envelope.
ADSR? You're going too fast.
Attack, decay, sustain, release. Very simple. The simplest kind of envelope, really.
I need to, write all this down or something.
No. You'll learn it in no time.
Nora, you just went through 10 different concepts and I didn't get any of them.
Here, let me just put an envelope on this. And a filter envelope.
Nora.
Listen to this.
Nora presses a button on a different part of the panel. Oh, this is a vibe?
See? It sounds like a musical instrument now. And all it is an oscillator shaped by envelopes and filters and driven by a loop sequencer.
What?
Okay, but I don't know how you turn those beeps into that.
You just need to start playing with it.
But I don't know anything yet.
Yes, you do. You know the basics. Just start playing around. Come on, Evelyn. Try to experiment, okay? Pretend you're like a child and just do things. Don't worry about expertise or sounding good or whatever. It's supposed to be fun. So have fun!
We spent the rest of the night playing around and making weird noises with Nora's electronic music equipment. I didn't realize it then, but that was the beginning of a new direction in my life. The crowd at Jouissance is really responsive tonight. Something's in the air and everyone's feeling it. It might be the sense that spring is finally approaching after a long winter. Nora's been playing a bunch of her music tonight, but midway through she transitions into a different kind of track. Something a little more subdued, but hopefully still fun. This is a little track I made, only the two of us know. I'm still working up the confidence to put my name to what I do, and I'm not sure I'll ever be the kind of person who gets up on stage. But this is still an important step for me. It's the first time a piece of music I made is being shared with the public. Nora never stopped encouraging me to mess around with all of the equipment she owns, and I ended up enjoying it quite a bit. I still don't know what I'm going to do to support myself in the long term, but I get by for now with contract work here and there. I also published an article describing how I became more skeptical of the computer-assisted therapy approach. After that, Soren and Rainer stopped trying to get me to join their companies. I don't need them. I want to reach the people who understand where I'm coming from, who want to hear what I have to say. Nora looks over to me and catches my eye. She's grinning. Uh-oh, that's the grin that means she's up to something.
Isn't this a beautiful track, everyone? It's the very first track ever by this girl right here.
Aww. Nora points toward me and the crowd breaks into cheers.
Everyone, let her know we want to hear more of her music, okay? Woo! You hear that? Yeah, what do you say, Evelyn?
The blood rushes to my face. People are smiling and applauding. They like what I made? They want me to make more? Nora continues her set and the music washes over me. You little mischievous creature. I don't know how it happened, but I'm tearing up right now. I have to use a sleeve to wipe my face. People are indistinct, everything starts to blur together. I feel so warm.
I don't understand any of this, but I'm in love with it. Tonight, I'm in love with everyone, everything, even myself.
Aww, Evelyn's happy.
I've never felt like this before, and I have no idea what I did to deserve it. But for the moment, I'm filled only with gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for everything that led me to this place right here, this moment. Thank you.
That's it? Oh, we made Evelyn happy. She was happy in the end. She felt loved. She loved everyone. I think this was a happy ending. I wonder if there's like an epilogue of, you know, what happened to Rainer and Soren and their technologies. But I'm thinking maybe not. Okay, let's see who let's see who is Rainer. So we can give him kudos. Greg-chan. Greg, my dude. Greg, my dude, you made me hate you so much. Wow. Okay. So that was Eliza. That was Eliza. In the end, we made a choice to distance ourselves. In the end, we made a choice to distance ourselves from the technology, right? We decided that we're going to go into a more artistic path. We decided to follow what's fun instead of, you know, what's profitable. I'm not sure, like, our goal was to help the world, which I'm not sure if we are successful with. Oh, look, it's daytime now. I'm not sure if we were successful in helping the world, but we made Evelyn happy. I mean, as far as I know, there are multiple endings. I'm not going to go through all of the endings. This is the ending that we got. We got the artistic ending with Evelyn being happy and feeling loved and still trying to find herself. But I think that's good. I think it's a good ending. So yeah, that's Eliza. I was really pleasantly surprised with this game. It's a short one, it's a sweet one, it has a beautiful art style, it has a lovely story, great writing, great voice acting. I would encourage you to try it yourself. As usual, the link will be in the description. Maybe you'll get a different outcome. Maybe you, unlike me, think that Rainer is a good guy, and you go the path of, you know, working for Skanda and developing Eliza and making a supercomputer. So, yeah. Well, thank you so much for sticking with me through this playthrough. We'll see what comes up next when the next edition of I play games I never heard of from my Steam library, and hopefully the next one will be just as entertaining to me as this one was. So thank you again. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, give it a subscribe, give it a comment. Tell me my audio sucks, and I'll be seeing you in another game very shortly. Thank you again for watching, Eliza. I send my greetings into the void. I hope you take care of yourself, and I hope you wear a mask. Bye.